Psalm 25 verse 1 to 22 through the Bible. Psalm 25, Part 1. Theme: Plea for mercy and deliverance. This psalm brings us to a new section. It begins a new series of 15 psalms, 25 through 39, which primarily record David's personal experience, but look also to the future when the godly remnant of Israel is in trouble. For the comfort of believers today, they contain the balm of Gilead. The preceding psalms can be described as dramatic and, in my judgment, sensational. But the following 15 psalms are more personal, quiet, and intimate. They have a wonderful message and impact for our lives today. They are applicable to the past, the present, and the future. Some of these psalms may not be so familiar, but they have much to say to us. We will only be hitting the high points, but there are many things to be learned. Often when I could not sleep, or when I was away from home and in a strange place, probably feeling a little lonely, I found myself turning to the book of Psalms, and particularly to this section, because it came out of the experience of a man who was going through a time of trouble. It has a prophetic element and looks into the future to a time of trouble for the faithful remnant of Israel, but it provides comfort to saints of all ages. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Psalm 25 verses 1 and 2. This is a prayer that reveals the dependence that David had upon God. One day Israel will also experience this. The time will come when that remnant of Israel will find themselves in a position where there is no one upon whom they can depend but God. And it is good for us to come to that place also. When David says, "Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul," he is getting right down to business. This is not just his voice talking, it is his soul speaking. He continues, "O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me." Have you ever been in a place where everything seemed to be failure rather than success? You did not want to go down in crushing defeat, either in your personal life, or your business life, or your home or church life. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. What a prayer! Is this how you pray? Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Psalm 25 verse 3. Now listen to his pleading. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Psalm 25 verse 4. There are two ways a man can go. He can go God's way or his own way. God gives us a choice. We can walk in the path of our choosing. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Proverbs 14 verse 12. What a glorious thing it is to be able to call out to God and ask Him to show us the way we should go. Lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Psalm 25 verse 5. The psalmist is calling on God to show him the way, to teach him the way. This leads me to say that this is what is known as an acrostic psalm. That is, it is built upon the Hebrew alphabet. Each verse begins with a letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Unfortunately, in English we miss it. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindnesses, for they have been ever of old. Psalm 25 verse 6. The psalmist speaks not only of the kindnesses of God, but also of his loving kindnesses. It is difficult for me to distinguish between the two, but I think what a little girl once said in Sunday school is a good definition. She said, "When you ask your mother for a piece of bread with butter on it, and she gives it to you, that is kindness. But when she puts jam on it without you asking her, that is loving kindness." I don't know of a better way to describe the difference. David could say this during a time of trouble, as will the godly remnant of Israel in their time of trouble. And this speaks to our hearts today. What was good for the saints of the past and will be good for the saints of the future is also good for us. I do not see how anyone could read the Psalms or study the Epistle to the Romans without seeing that God has a plan and purpose for the nation of Israel in the future. He is not yet through with his people. Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy remember thou me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Psalm 25 verse 7. David asked God not only to remember his tender mercies and loving kindnesses, but now he asks him to forget something. He says, "Remember not the sins of my youth, forget them." Then he prays to God for goodness and mercy. God is rich in both of these. He has enough for you today, and there will be some left over for me. I don't know about you, but I am going to need a whole lot of mercy, and I would like to have a lot of goodness too. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23 verse 6.